Please welcome the lovely Кейт Бланшетт.
Кейт Бланшетт, Elizabeth. Whoa. You're good.
I wanted to ask a question that you haven't been asked today.
Why is Bill wearing that hat?
Because I'm going out tonight. I'm out.
You guys ever slip into Elvish, like, at home or offset?
Oh, it's really
All
bad
the time.
because particularly my friends' kids, that, you know, they find out, you know, you're just another boring parent at school until they realise you're part of, you know, this whole universe, and then they want you to speak Elvish, and I so don't want to disappoint them that I just can't remember anything, so I go, El Mars. No, I can't, so I don't flip it. I just sound like I'm drunk.
Totally.
The cost of the Hermes bag was bigger than the entire costume budget. So, wow. So yeah. And then I didn't even realise that till I'd thrown it on the ground. And I could see, every time I did it, I could see Susie Benzinger wincing at the back, and she said, "That's the PR girl's bag, and I've got to return it at the end of the shoot." Oh, I felt so terrible. Spat on the bottom and tried to get out. But yeah, no, it is a wing and a prayer.
Your boys just had a birthday. You have, 17 children. How many do you have? No,
Yeah, 17. We're playing for 18.
No, you have 3.
No, I
right
have
now.
3.
Yeah.
We've just got a little 8-month-old, Ignatius.
That's wonderful. And the oldest, is it Dashel?
Yeah, he's 7. He's having a Power Rangers birthday next.
Oh, Power Rangers.
So I think I have to don the suit.
Well, see, that must be great, having an actress as a mom, because you can really get into the whole deal. Are you going to dress
But
up
with the mask and the suit on, I could be anybody.
Yeah.
So, which one has breasts? I've got to buy the car. Which Power? They change it every season, don't they? Is it the yellow one or the pink one?
I don't know.
Or is it just man
hang on.
boobs? Maybe there's no women at all.
Is it a female or is it just a Power Ranger with breasts, which is creepy?
Yeah.
Just quickly, the maids, you're adapting this classic and you're one of the stars. Have you been kind to your wife with the adaptation?
I say a few rude words. It's not a family show. We've got a few family shows, Storm Boy and Romeo and Juliet, but this is not a family show.
Now, I read in the notes that there's some nudity.
Is there? Haven't got to that bit yet. Is there?
You'll be
You
sleeping...
just wanted to see me take my clothes off. We don't know yet.
You'll be sleeping on the couch if you're not good.
But someone wrote me a letter the other day, which was quite painful to read because their farm in Australia had been repossessed.
Right.
And the woman from the bank who had repossessed the farm was called Кейт Бланшетт. And the man had written to me saying, would I please change my name? Because every time his wife sees my films, she bursts into tears. So I might have to sort of speak about changing my name. But
Really?
yeah.
And what would you change it to? What would be a good name? Would you want some sort of...
I quite like the name Ethel.
Ethel. It's interesting. I think you would be the only one, actually. You don't seem like an Ethel. That's how
Ethel's quite a nice name.
Not a lot of Ethels, not a lot of Margarets, not a lot of Berthas anymore. Too many Ashleys.
Bertha's a very underrated name.
Bertha. Yeah, you don't see them go, whoa, check out Bertha. It doesn't, what I'm saying? It's not like,
Kate, have you ever seen Garfield? I didn't imagine we talked this much about Garfield.
I've seen the comic strip, but as I said, I mean, I probably wasn't born when you did it.
Kate, I feel bad that I don't have an award to give you tonight.
Well, look, you're opposite the Kodak, so I thought, the reason why I'm here tonight is so I can camp out, so I can get good seats.
Yeah, right, yeah. I think you'll have a pretty good seat. Do you feel, do you feel superior to the rest of the group, seeing how you
I
are
do,
nominated?
but I try not to hold it against any of them. My first pet was called Pinky Puss.
oh, Pinky Boy, that would be, okay, you know something?
You played the Queen of England. You played an elf. You played an Italian immigrant.
Albino. And that's just before breakfast this morning.
I have a pink eyes, like a potato, like the devil, eh?
The range is extraordinary.
I guess I've got one of those faces that's not particularly beautiful, not too ugly. You know, I can look a bit masculine, I can look a bit feminine, depending on how you're lit, how you're shot. I don't mind not looking conventionally, attractive if that's what the part requires.
And when Kate, all of your scenes, for the most part, were with him.
Well, no, I have great respect for the work of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and when George said that you know,
It is a testament to... Like, oh, look at that, you moved his toupee.
Yeah, my husband's still running the Sydney Theatre Company. I'm sleeping with the artistic director, so maybe he'll give me a job.
In the film industry for a long time, making theatre 29 seconds. Matthew McConaughey spoke about Neptune, and I think I can have 5 seconds.
School. I auditioned for every part, didn't get anything, so I've been dealing with rejection from a very early age.
Well, that's it. Well, no, you didn't get anything?
No, I didn't get anything. I got a part of a statue. It was in production of Lion. Yeah, I know. I'm still, recovering. It was in the Ice Queen's, in her palace.
Right.
And I rehearsed for months and months, getting my pose. And I was so busy watching everyone get ready that when the curtain came up, I wasn't in position, so I had to scramble up these stairs, and I ended up facing like this toward the audience for that. It was awful entry into theatre with my butt facing the audience.
Well, it's a different kind of theatre, but yeah.
Can you speak Katharine Hepburn?
No, I can't do anything. I'm terrible. I'm the worst dinner party guest in the world. People say, "Oh, do you Scottish?" And I go, "Yeah." Okay, I'll do me. I sound like I'm a cross between sort of from New Delhi and Boston. It's terrible.
And Sally, I'm very lonely up here without you. This is half yours, the penis part.
You met Prince Philip?
No, I was invited round for lunch a while ago, and I couldn't quite work out why. And I thought it must have been the fact that I'd played her ancestor, the other Elizabeth. And I went and there was the head of the fire brigade and a neurologist, this world-famous neurologist, and I thought, well, what's the common denominator? And it is a very odd thing to be eating off crockery that says ER2. But anyway, so you get over that, and I sat next to him, and he said, "And what do you do?" And I said, "Well, I'm an actor." And he said, "Well, I was given a DVD player for Christmas, and I can't work out, do I put the yellow..." I tried to be of some use.
Much. Thank you.
I don't think I've even processed that piece of information. I mean, it's extraordinary. When you try and stretch yourself, often the rewards are, it can be failure or success. And so to be here with this, it was entirely unexpected.
If you'd like some champagne or candy, it's right over there.
Candy, champagne, I think I need a vodka.
Oh, we don't have any of that.